Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for November 9th to the 16th. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. As you can see, very few aspects, right, for a loaded month. Yeah, and this is a reference guide. Yeah, what's happened now because you know it's a loaded month. You know there's a lot that just happened, and even though there are a few aspects, don't let that fool you. It is a sneaky week in more ways than one. And I will explain that to you. And even though it is a deceptively quiet week, sometimes the quiet is really, really loud. Now, not only are these some of the most mightiest aspects of the month, Mars just moved out of his domicile of watery Scorpio, joining Mercury in fiery Sagittarius. So listen, you're feeling charged up. You're going through the time of your life with Mars in Sagittarius, okay? You're feeling optimistic. You're ready to take on the world. You're ready to take on the Olympics. You do you, right? You do you. But you're feeling adventurous. You want to broaden your horizons. That's Sagittarius energy. And you are hyper focused on your future. Sagittarius rules your 11th house of your future hopes and dreams and aspirations and long-term goals. You got Mercury here too. 11th house is also your social network. It's the people that you connect with. You're going to be social AF. Use it. You never know what doors can open. Okay? Now, a lot of people, have you noticed, Aquarius? A lot of people from your past come back up in your DMs and stuff like that, right? Like their friends, things like that, okay? Colleagues, etc., 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 bosses. Now, the other thing, Venus also moved out of her domicile of Libra and into Scorpio. So let me make this very clear, even though I did last in your November forecast, right? What Venus and Scorpio means. But for you, let's do something special. Venus is our hottest planet. Yeah. In the watery depths of Scorpio, she has an intensity that's smoldering. She can be a little obsessive, even scandalous. You see more of her goth side because Scorpio is just a little bit too psychological for a planet that just wants to love and be social and do air kisses. So, nonetheless, Venus is now embracing her shadow side. And Scorpio, that's what Scorpio is known for. So you're going to feel this when it comes to career. When it comes to your reputation as well, if you're not here for career, the 10th house is very public facing. And the reason why you're really going to feel this is because Scorpio's modern ruler, Pluto, is in your sign. So you kind of have a double dose of a lot of things happening with work and career, a lot of questions you may have, as well as a lot of what do I want moving forward? And again, if you're not here for a career, it's just how you want to be perceived. Yeah, achievements and honors, things like that, things like that. Okay. So definitely tap into your shadow side. It's that side of you that sometimes you don't want other people to see. Sometimes it's uncomfortable for you to connect with that. But I'm going to tell you why this is the perfect time. Okay. But just know it is Venus and Scorpio. She is very like a fern in Jawbreaker. All right. Anyway, and yeah, it is Venus and Scorpio. So you still feel that I got to have it. I'm going to get it. That type of energy, especially, love and relationships and money too. And your values and pleasure and intimacy. But again, career is going to be the biggest highlight for you. And the other thing is that with the fact that we still have the Sun and Venus in Scorpio, yes, truths coming to the surface. Have you noticed that at all, Aquarius? A lot of things are like, oh, okay, fun, exciting. Yeah? It's like a Christopher Pike novel. Anyway, you know that your ruling planet, Uranus, also moved back into Taurus. So this is the last in our lifetime where you're wrapping up a 7-year story. Okay? Especially with home, family, your roots, all of that, okay? And when I say roots, even rooting down, a lot of y'all moved since 2018, right? Twice, yeah? 3 times. How many of you moved 4 times. Well, guess what? You're about to move again. A lot of you are going to be moving up until April, all right? Or if not moving, buying property. It's real estate. That's the 4th house too. Or selling property, or becoming a landlord, or working with realtors, or becoming one. But there's just so much home and family energy now with Uranus back in Taurus. So what you're going to be doing is you're definitely going to be thinking about what truly brings you modern comfort now when it comes to home. Home is, where the heart is, right? And you're going to be thinking about the changes that you made in the past 7 years in this area of your life. What were your radical breakthroughs or the breakdowns you had for your breakthroughs? What makes you feel closer to your authentic self? That's Uranus, right? That's you. Remember, your ruler. Aquarians are known to be very authentic, independent, the quirky ones, all of that. But how do you want the curtains to close in this final chapter of Uranus and Taurus? Okay, it's gonna be another 84 years before when Uranus comes back here. So this really is the final stage of Uranus's transit. That's the strongest. Yep. And you're gonna feel a lot more next year, beginning of your birthday season, when Uranus starts going forward again. Just FYI, if you saw your monthly forecast, by the way, I said when Uranus moves, he moves. He doesn't like being in Taurus. Taurus is too slow. Yeah, Uranus is a sky god. No. What does that mean? What did I say last time? You're going to feel the rumbles. You're going to feel Uranus is known to bring the unpredictable, surprises, and disruptions. Yes. You are going to feel that. Uranus is your ruler. I'm an Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to feel it too. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It can be good surprises. It can be some great things. All right. So the other thing is you're definitely going to feel like it's early 2025 all over again, because all the outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all back where they were when this odd year began, bringing back themes that were prominent for you back then. So it will feel like deja vu, like I said in your November forecast. Now, this week, yes, it's definitely crazy interesting. It's a crazy interesting week. And I say that because I prefer not to say the F word. I'm joking. What's happening, the reason why, on top of what's happening here, one last thing I'm going to tell you is that you're kind of in the crosshairs of the potent supermoon that we had in Taurus last week and the crazy interesting new moon in Scorpio we'll have next week. So these two lunations are so strong, you will kind of feel a little bit of both this week. All right? There could have been some sort of ending. And by the way, because I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week begins, a lot of y'all still may be under really feeling that full moon in Taurus in your 4th. But again, a lot of it's just you. Uranus is your ruler. Yeah. What are the changes you want to make? That's the big question. That's the big takeaway for y'all. So this axis, the Taurus Scorpio axis, it's all about relationships and money. Those are going to be big themes for you this week as well. So finances, etc., relationships, love, etc. FYI. But again, a lot of career stuff, big time this week for y'all, and big life lessons. Now, when I say big life lessons, some of y'all may not know what they are yet, or you may be a little bit confused about what you want moving forward, because Sunday, November 9th, you see Mercury stations retrograde in Sagittarius and your future hopes and wishes, long-term goals and dreams. And this is happening at 6 degrees and pretty much all month, the retrograde. Yeah. And because I talked about this in length in your monthly forecast, just know it's Mercury retrograde. So you can expect delays, travel delays. Mercury rules travel, transportation, tech issues. Y'all saw yeah. I'll leave it at the end of this video, okay? The video the last live stream I did. Anyway, and remember the part earlier when I said Uranus brings disruptions? Well, it's Mercury retrograde as well. So you throw in the fact that the higher octave of Mercury is Uranus, there may be some disruptions. That's all I'm saying. Travel plans, travel planning, just unexpected things that are happening. Stalled communication may be the biggest thing on this day, particularly. Remember, when planets move, they move, especially retrogrades. Yeah. Now, the other thing is, and it's Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, by the way. I think I told you it doesn't do really well there. But here's the thing. We are still in Scorpio season. So there can be a little bit of impatience. There can be a little bit of that intensity that you're feeling. This is what's happening, is that you've got Mercury, who does, like I said, doesn't do well in Sagittarius. He has very little power. And that's because Mercury is all about the fact. Sagittarius is more philosophical. Mercury is the physical mind. Sagittarius is the higher mind. So how do you make this Mercury retrograde work? Well, you merge the two, right? You examine your belief system, faith, your big picture, life purpose. That's the benefit of a retrograde. So when I say you're going to go within, really take the time. Really take the time to think about your future moving forward. All right? Remember, you've got Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus all retrograde too. So this comes to your advantage. You get time to explore within to come out the other side in December with wearing wings. You know what I mean? This is going to be a time for reflection, not so much like action. You can still take action, but again, you may feel like you keep hitting, like walking, like bumping into walls, right? And again, one of the reasons I'm harping on this is because this Mercury retrograde is not going to be a cakewalk. It's a little complicated. And again, it's just Mercury in Sagittarius retrograde. That's again fiery, right? But all about belief systems. So what does this mean? There can be belief systems clashing, okay, with the people that you're speaking with, especially work, colleagues, family. So try not to flip any tables if, you know, someone says they really love turtle shells and you happen to dislike them. You're going to be fine. Don't let anybody get your goat this week, and always be responsive, not reactive, especially this day in particular. All right. You've got the rumble of Uranus, your ruler, moving into Taurus, which again can bring disruption. And again, you throw in the fact that you've got Mercury retrograde on top of that and all these other retrogrades. And what I'm going to bring up, underneath it all, Jupiter is trining Saturn. What they're doing, which is very auspicious, what they're doing is they're trying to build you that foundation. They're trying to build you that structure for the long term. So it's a little bit like wobbly until we get to the end of the week. Yeah. And you've got Mars fired up in Sagittarius. You want to do things. You want to take action. But while Mercury and 3 other planets are retrograde, it's like you're ready for the clubs. You're ready to go out. You put on your the good perfume, your leather fanny pack, whatever you do, you do you. You're ready. You're snapping your fingers. You're at the door, and all your friends are still on the sofa watching Family Matters. So you're just like, oh, y'all, aren't we going to see Imagine Dragons? They're going on in 10 minutes. And they're just like, yeah, give us a second. That's what this week may feel like. The things that you want to do, your passions and ambitions, there may be a little bit of, hey, the retrogrades are happening for a reason. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There may be some roadblocks. And again, surprises. So go with the flow with the go, right? Try not to force anything. All right? Especially with anything you really want to handle with care, whether that is a relationship, job, career. Just know there may be some slowdowns. It's, again, retrogrades for a reason. Tap into your inner sanctuary. Stay frosty. Be cool. You're going to be fine. It's only temporary. Yeah. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your husband, for your, personal golf driver, whatever they're called, Caddy. Mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces will feel this Mercury retrograde the most. If you have any planets 2 to 7 degrees in your chart in any of the signs I just mentioned, that's a lot more specific. And so therefore you would feel it the most. Now, another thing that is happening is that there may be some partnership stuff for you in a big way this day as well. Okay. Can be career, can be love. We'll talk about in the second spread. All right. We have a grand fire trine. Now, Tuesday, November 11th, Jupiter goes retrograde 25 degrees. Okay. In Cancer. So now you've got 5 planets retrograde. 5. So I talk about this again in your monthly forecast. So this is just a reminder. This is all about your personal growth, spiritual growth, your higher purpose. Yeah. This is a very spiritual week. It's all the Sagittarius energy. Jupiter happens to be the ruler of Sagittarius. And so this is going to be a time where you have to go within, especially with Jupiter retrograde for the rest of the year. And you are going to do a little bit of exploring what you want and who you are and those big questions, life purpose, all of that, which requires self-belief. Jupiter is faith, and that requires self-nurturing, because you can't be there for others if you're not there for yourself. So spend time thinking about your role, okay, and home and family and your roots. It's Jupiter in Cancer. That's your 6th house. Work, your everyday activities. What do you want your life to be like by the time you get to 2026? Take that time going within, okay, and have all the answers come up, because Jupiter does bring this high degree of protection. And it's not just work, it's money too. You got money on your mind, and you will all year. All year. You got the North Node in Pisces. And you got a lot happening. But there's got to be this, you really are going to get a lot of answers too by a lot of the people that do come up from the past. All right. Just to let you know. And I want to remind you that Jupiter is Jove, joy, optimism. So focus on your personal abundance. What makes you feel fulfilled? Really lean into that energy, please, this week. Because Wednesday, November 12th, you see that Mercury will conjunct Mars in Sagittarius, 6 degrees. You're going to feel this all week, by the way. And remember, we did have this last month. You just experienced this, but Mars and Mercury are now in a fire sign. And this is just bananas. Remember, Mercury's weak in Sagittarius. He's a little lights on, nobody home, right? And he's still Mercury, though. Hermes, right? The trickster. He's got a bag of tricks. And Mars, as we know, is super aggressive and assertive, and he's a god of war. Mars isn't the best role model for Mercury at this time. Mercury, like this type of Mercury. And he's sort of, it's like Mercury's the bow, Mars is the arrow. All right? That's Mercury conjunct Mars. Brace for impact, because remember that one time I said things will come to the surface, truths will come to the surface? That's what this is. But in a way that's a little different with Mercury weak in Sagittarius. So what does this mean? This day and any day this week, because it's a strong aspect, you are going to experience some truth bombs. Blunt and unfiltered and deliberate, like not even sugarcoating. Yeah. If you ask your husband, hey, I'm gonna sing you a song, what do you think about it after you sang that song? He'll tell you need a little auto tune, and he's not even no sarcasm. That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening with this aspect, and not even like little white lies at all. Right? And because it's happening in Sagittarius, what's going to happen for you, Aquarius? A lot of it's going to be through your friends. A lot of it's going to be through the people that you connect with, benefactors, allies, all of that, your support system. That's the 11th house. So it's also, remember, your future hopes and wishes and dreams. You tell people you want to be the first person to live on Neptune. you might get some responses that are not what you were expecting. Now, Mercury conjunct Mars and Sagittarius is also, it can be a little preachy. It can also be manipulative. Be mindful of scams, okay? Sagittarius does rule legal matters and the courts as well. But retrograde and conjuncting Mars, that's a bad influence, okay? So that sneaky energy could be happening around this time. I told you it's a sneaky week. Don't forget, Venus is in Scorpio, handing out revelations. Like, and again, in your 10th house. It can be a little dramatic. But here's the thing. You can use this for the greater good. It's powerful. Mercury conjunct Mars is powerful. It has a charge to it. You are going to feel this. If your future hope and dream and long-term aspiration is being on Naked and Afraid, well, you better nail your audition because you are going to have an edge. The higher expression of this, it's just getting your point across with compassion and making a statement with purpose, but also being very valiant without the ego. Okay? Now, and it's like, it's your 11th house that rules social media. So you could post something that just goes crazy viral. Again, it is a powerful aspect. Now, this week, remember what I said. We already had this in October and October 20th, and the two planets travel together for the pretty much the rest of the month. So if you went through something around that time that had to do with career, because remember, it happened in Scorpio, career, fame, honors, achievements, your reputation, things like that. Well, here's part 2, because Mercury's now retrograde. And part 3 will happen when Mercury goes direct, December. So it's a 3-part story here. Ultimately, this is all about the moral of your story. All right. It's Sagittarius energy. There is that element of morality. And because you're definitely not going to be the one, right? It couldn't be you, Aquarius, that says these brusque things to people. You wouldn't be the wolf in sheep's clothing. You may be on the receiving end. So how will you handle any of this, right? If someone says something to you that you're just like, wow. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and I'm throwing in Aries and Scorpio are going to feel this the most. If you have any planets 4 to 6 degrees in any of the mutable signs, the most. Yeah. So not only will you feel this, but Mercury retrograde the most. Okay. The other thing is that, Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. And we'll talk about this in the second spread. We will have the moon in Virgo. It will square Uranus. Virgo rules your 8th house. So when I say money and relationships really could be a theme for you, yes. Okay, so we'll talk about in the second spread. But anyway, here's the thing. You've also, and don't forget, Jupiter square Chiron all month too. So just know this may be a sensitive day. Sunday, November 16th, you made it. The sun is going to trine Jupiter, 25 degrees. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. This aspect only happens twice a year, by the way. It's rare. It's one of the best, luckiest aspects of the month. Again, I talk about it in your monthly forecast. So you have the sun in Scorpio trining Jupiter in Cancer. What does that mean for you? This is all about work, career, and your everyday activities and your routines, even healthy routines, self-improvement, all of that. Yeah, this is gorgeous. It's kindness. It's you radiating, and it's your reward for making it to Sunday. And there is true enthusiasm here. You're going to feel it. And this general comfort, that's really nice. It's this feeling of expansion that you're going to start feeling, that personal wealth, and even seeing your goals, your future goals, even seeing them starting to manifest right before your eyes, getting a taste of the success that you deserve, a little taste, right? Because remember, this is just that portal for the grand water trine that we're about to move into next week. This is it. And so again, when I look at what's happening for you, when you've got this, it's major. It, again, mostly career, work, everyday activities, but then you've got to throw in the fact that you've got a grand water trine forming right here, yeah, with this Sun trine Jupiter, Sun trine Saturn. That's happening the next day, but it's forming now. And then remember, Jupiter trines Saturn, so you got that triangle right there, okay, your grand trine. And that brings in salary and income for you. So you see that there's going to be some flow, let's call it. Anyway, water signs with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces are going to feel this the most. If you have any planets 23 to 28 degrees in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, yes, you're going to feel it the most, Aquarius. So let's get started and see what's going on for you for this week. And that's the other thing. Everyone's going to feel it. Like I said, like all the modalities are, we'll talk about it next week. But anyway, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for November 9th to the 16th. Aquarius, I think that we've got the best name for the signs. Aquarius. I like Pisces too. I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, well, you know that we will. Team Aquarius, you know I got you. You always got the longest readings. Y'all, Aquarius, thanks so much. Let's get started. Yeah, look at you. Just get it. Get everything you got and got. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I think you're the first sign. What? Where'd it go? I'll give you. I can't even find. Okay, I'll show you a marker. There you go. Oh, maybe I'll give you. There you go. You get Ted Lasso. Anyway, you're good. Look, I don't even know what to say. Let's get. You got the Page of Cups. Dream big. Even if you dream a little bit, that's that inspired action, right? Even if it's just a tiny bit, you know how much that there's science to it. Let's just, you got the Page of Cups, so there you go. It looks like there are two things here, actually. One, you may be actually getting a message as soon as the week begins, or have already gotten it, and that's really inspired you to follow your bliss. And this is just something, like, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's got so much imaginative, creative energy as well, and that's divinity, right? That's what makes us human. There could be some surprising message too. So either way, or you being in this, I'm going to just do this. Yeah. So it is a good time. Remember, that's all part of going within. That's all inside you. It's cups, intuition, it's emotions, it's feelings, it's inward. It's use that. This is so, again, very inspiring. I really, really love this for you. And again, there may be something to, like, right off the bat, beginning of the week. And remember, Mercury is retrograde. So they get someone from the past or something comes up, something that you're looking forward to. But hey, whatever it is, it really moves you to have the Three of Wands in the heart of your spread. This is great. You see, he's ready to go explore. What did I say? Just the fact that you've got Mars and Sagittarius, the first time in 2 years, by the way, in your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and dreams. And Sagittarius energy is all about exploring, seeking, He's ready to leave his village. He wants to go see things. He wants to go mingle. He wants to go discover himself through all of that. And it looks like there's something big happening here in terms of a new beginning or a new venture, something that's formulating, something that's already begun, something that you're really inspired by. Okay? So love it. Wands are your passions. Okay? A lot of creative energy. They invigorating. This is really nice. I love this. And again, there's something here where it just feels like you're ready. You're ready. You got that 7 of Wands in your challenge area. So, two things here. A, there may be a little bit of what I said where someone may say something, no filter, or it may be you. Whoever it is, let's be nice. Let's play nice. We don't have time, right? We don't have time to put our energy into that. So there is a little bit of, yeah, it feels like it's you. Just to let you know, all right? I'm just reading the cards. But what's interesting, it feels a little spirited. It feels like it had to happen. Something had to have been said, especially with things coming to the surface. And if it's you, which likely, especially the latter half of the week, it's almost, there's this fun that's coming through. So go with that, but still, be very diplomatic. The other thing that is coming up is, did I tell you, like, don't resist. Two things. Don't try to force anything is what I said earlier, but also don't resist change. There's changes that are happening every day this month. Don't resist them, okay? The ones that it's okay, maybe there is a reason for this. Go with it. Remember what I said, go with the flow with the go, but be open is all I'm saying. Now, and it might have to do with the relationship. Now, hello. Does this look familiar? You see your November forecast? You're in that right headspace. You're in the zone. You're, again, all about your future hopes and wishes and dreams. You pulled your own card again, the Star. Everything's aligning for you, but remember, with all these retrogrades, especially Jupiter retrograde, there you go. That's healing. That's tapping into your inner wisdom. This is knowledge. It's enlightenment. It's all of that. And it requires strength. And so you're good. You're absolutely good. You're going to make things happen. You're going to make things happen. But you did have that 10 of Wands and the root of your spread. So acknowledge it. What are you carrying that's a little too heavy? Is there anything that you feel that you are taking on too much? Remember, work is a big theme for you. Want to have a strong association with work. Just keep that in mind. There may be something here. You've got to let some things go to lighten your load. And to be honest, listen, 10 of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. So it is a Sagittarius card. So there may be something here again about your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals and dreams, and some things that it's really just putting things in order. But you've got to see where you're going. He can't see. He's carrying too many wands. There's a lot of wands. The good news is 10 is the end. So make those executive decisions, right? What's going to lighten your load? What are some responsibilities you can unload? What is part of your future path that's going to make everything easier for you? Because this can also be a little bit of burnout energy too, and you've got to recognize that. You're good. You have Judgment in your future. What I love about Judgment showing up, again, did you see your November forecast? It's always a sign, especially because I bring in the astrology. That's continual, right? That's week after week. It's your story playing out every week. When you get the same cards from your last reading, you know it is a sign when they keep popping up. Anyway, the reason I bring that up, judgment attributed to the planet Pluto, who is in your sign. Pluto being Scorpio's modern ruler, really bringing in a lot of that. I get it. Remember, Pluto is all about bringing things to the surface. This feels like, well, this is a spiritual awakening is what it is. It's having this big wake-up call. Remember, Uranus brings the rumbles. Yeah? Mercury retrograde, you're reassessing. 5 planets retrograde, oh, you're in the woods reassessing. Yeah? You got your Tibetan singing bowl, all of that, because that's sound. Again, what did I say last time? Healing. That's what sound is. It's vibration, it's frequency, it's energy. It's waking the dead. They're seeking this meaningful life experience. It's like there's something here that's saying you're getting this second shot. You're moving into this place where you see what you needed to see. You hear what you needed to hear. Auto-tune or whatever it was, right? But that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's still truths someone's telling you. It's just not the right way. But anyway, you don't need auto-tune. You can sing. This is amazing. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Aquarius, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, share, and all that. I really want to hear from you. You know, I got it. Team Aquarius. We're in this together. And there are some things that are happening that are just the astrology. It just seems to be so on it. Don't you agree? I need my glasses. And thank you again for all your kindness, your kind comments, all of that. You know it means so much to me, all right? Especially after last week. Again, I'll leave that video at the end of this video if you want to know what happened to me. But anyway, well, I'm wearing like a jumper. Whatever. Anyway, let's get started. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you're not messing around. Look, you got the 6 of Pentacles, really amazing. So remember, rumbles, big emphasis, money, finances. You've been going through it all year with the North Node in Pisces. A lot of the aspects we had in Pisces that rules your second house of income, salary, money, but even the fact that that's the North Node, the South Node in Virgo all year since February as well. We had a lot of activity there too. That's your 8th house. So that's money as well. This is a year of learning about money, being responsible with money. I'm not saying that you're not, but that's just what's happening, right? With all the other aspects with Saturn and Neptune and Pisces as well, your second house. And then all those Virgo, we're still under that window of the Virgo eclipse from August. Okay. Wealth building. Anyway, love it. Amazing. And that would be a big life lesson, right? Like finances for this year is a big thing for you, but really great. That 6 of Pentacles. It's gratitude. It's generosity. It's saying, hey, support's coming in, but you got to ask for it, right? You have to put yourself out there, and you don't have to do it in a way where it's like, hey, right? It's just having the conversations that you need to have. But this is just saying, take that inspired action. It's also you being on the receiving. It's like if you're the one that wants to provide, there you are. You're having a big awakening. Like I said, it's a very spiritual week for you. You also have the 9 of Wands. How interesting. So 9 of Wands, also Sagittarius card, attributed to Moon in Sagittarius. But you got these 2 Sagittarius cards. In your external factors area, the 9 of Wands is all about resilience. It's saying, hey, not giving up. I'm moving forward. Sure, there may be delays and whatnot, and I feel it. I got gauze on my head. I feel it. I've weathered the storm, but I'm tapping into my inner Chumbawamba. No, you can't take away my wands. So there is a little bit of that, but there's that protective energy that I said Jupiter brings. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. We haven't had this in 12 years. And when Jupiter goes retrograde, you still feel that strongly. It's different from last year or years past, okay? Like last year, for instance, Jupiter was in Gemini, right? Jupiter's detriment in Gemini. And so when Jupiter went retrograde in Gemini, it was like, where are you? This is different. Jupiter's exalted, all right? So very protective energy. It feels like there's someone that's either joining you or on your journey where you're doing this together. All right. It does feel a little bit of you, though. It's almost like with that 10 of Wands here, the 7 of Wands inner challenge area, it does feel a little bit of you. Don't give up. But there can be someone on your journey that's also, well, let's do this or let's fix it. I won't quit you. The Lovers. Will you please just do a really quick glance at your November forecast? When you get, it's like, speaking of deja vu, it's like deja vu all over again. Lovers, amazing. Partnerships, relationships, like I said, that's still a thing. It still is a big thing, actually. So, yeah, a lot of you are in this place where this is what you want. That's part of your long-term plan. That may be that missing piece, but you won't know until you go within, right? And when I say, sure, love and relationships, are you seeking it? Are you need like that soulmate energy? You can create your reality. You know, I say that all the time. And with a week where it's all about relationships and money, you see that showing up a lot for you too. But it's all about your future. And so it doesn't have to be love and relationship. It can be platonic. It can be career related. The perfect business partner. That 8 of Pentacles, great. That's amazing. You have the 8 of Pentacles in your final outcome. This is someone who is just very diligent, just going after his goals, his legacy. That's what this is. And he's not distracted. He's doing his thing, working on his pentacles, practice, right? Makes perfect. Patience, practicing patience. He's got a smile on his face. So there is this diligence, this, I know what I want. I'm moving in the direction I want. I got my big awakening. I see what I needed to see. I'm moving forward. You're good. You're good. You're really good. Yeah, you actually don't need it. You're good. Just continue to work on your legacy. Don't be distracted. And remember, patience would be a big theme for a week like this with the delays and disruptions and that are possible. Not saying that they're going to happen. The possibility's a lot stronger than it would be, you know, in a month from now, right? Just this week. Anyway, if you next week, yeah, it's big. You got the new moon in Scorpio. A lot of y'all gotta get new jobs. You got new careers. A lot of y'all, there's a lot happening. There may be changes. It's an interesting new moon. Remember that. It's very interesting. We'll talk about it. There's a Mercury Cazimi happening at the same. There's a lot happening, but of course there's the Grand Water Trine. So much. And then tier 3 members for the bonus spread, second spread, which is basically the other half of your forecast. That's just planets, right? We're going to talk about some lunations that are pretty big. In fact, I did tell you the moon's going to be in Virgo. I mean, this card is it's a Virgo card. Anyway, that's your 8th house of transformation and wealth building. Yeah. Relationship, like deepening relationships and money. If you like this reading, so tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. We have so much fun. And yeah, we'll talk about them. And what else? That's it, right? If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.